Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a wealthy and kind-hearted merchant named Rajan. He was known far and wide for his generosity. Rajan believed that helping others would bring goodness into the world and often shared his wealth with those in need. Whether it was food for the hungry, clothes for the poor, or money for those who struggled, Rajan never hesitated to give. Living next door to Rajan was a greedy man named Suresh. Unlike Rajan, Suresh was always looking for ways to hoard wealth and manipulate others to benefit himself. He saw Rajan's generosity as foolishness and constantly ridiculed him for giving away his riches. One day, a poor traveler came to the village. He was tired, hungry, and in desperate need of help. He approached Suresh's house first and asked for some food and shelter. Suresh, fearing the traveler would be a burden and cost him money, slammed the door in his face, sending him away with harsh words. With nowhere to turn, the traveler knocked on Rajan's door. Without a second thought, Rajan invited him in, fed him a hearty meal, and offered him a bed for the night. The next morning, as the traveler prepared to leave, he revealed that he was, in fact, a wise sage disguised as a poor man, testing the hearts of those he met. Grateful for Rajan's kindness, the sage blessed him, saying, "Your generosity and compassion will come back to you in ways you cannot yet imagine." Rajan thanked the sage and continued living as he always had, helping others and expecting nothing in return. Soon after, however, Rajan's business began to flourish beyond anything he had ever experienced. Trade caravans from distant lands sought him out, and he became even wealthier than before. People admired him not only for his wealth but for his kindness and integrity. Meanwhile, Suresh, who had refused to help the traveler, began to experience misfortune. His crops failed, his business deals fell through, and his wealth started to dwindle. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't seem to regain his previous success. As the villagers witnessed Suresh's fall from grace, they distanced themselves from him, for they had always known him to be selfish and cruel. One day, desperate and hungry, Suresh went to Rajan for help. Without hesitation, Rajan shared his food and offered him a place to stay. Suresh was moved to tears by Rajan's kindness, realizing the error of his ways. "You always gave without expecting anything in return," Suresh said. "Now I understand that your fortune isn't just material, it's the result of the good you've sown in the world." Rajan smiled and replied, "That's the law of karma, my friend. What we give, we receive in return. Our actions, whether good or bad, shape the course of our lives. It's never too late to change and begin anew." From that day forward, Suresh changed his ways, becoming a kinder and more generous person. Though it took time, his fortunes eventually improved, and he learned the true value of selflessness and compassion. Moral of the story of Rajan and Suresh illustrates the core principle of karma. What we put into the world, whether kindness or cruelty, will eventually return to us. Rajan's good deeds multiplied and came back to him in unexpected ways, while Suresh's selfishness brought him hardship until he changed his behavior. Through their journeys, we learn that karma is not just about immediate rewards or punishments, it's about the long-term impact of our actions on our lives and those around us.